Hi, I'm Ian McOutcomes, and welcome back to the Misplaced Weapons channel. Today we're going over something a little different. It's a Sten'd Mark II with a few different upgrades, mainly used by the OSS .T2, not yet seen in most common troop. Alright, let's load it up and see how it works. Alright, now the weapon's hot.
The North Africa campaign. Owen Rommel and the Hun are at it again. Monty and the boys, it's up to you to turn the Hun on the run. This time you'll be armed with the Sten'd gun, a nice light submachine gun with rapid fire. You'll be using it against the Germans with great effect. So let's go over it. To load the Sten'd, first you need to load up a mag, and to load up a mag you need to put bullets into the magazine. Place a 9mm round into the magazine until it is full to capacity. Then you shall place the magazine into the gun. Once you have done that, you can rack the gun, and it shall go forward. Now, don't shoot the trigger or pull the trigger until you're ready to fire. Now, you're ready to go on patrol. The versatility of the Sten'd gun is its lightweight and its rapid fire. While on patrol, make sure to take your time and scan your surroundings. You might be the point man if you have a Sten'd, and your platoon will be relying on you. Don't get lazy. I know it's hot here in North Africa, but the Hun knows that too, and they'll be waiting for you to mess up. Once you've spotted the Hun, move to close proximity to engage those Jerrys. Don't give yourself away. You'll want the maximum advantage. The Sten'd is also great for the assault. As you crawl your way up to a fortified position, you can allow yourself to close with the enemy and take accurate, precise shots. Tally-ho! Or you can use automatic fire. But in case you're an American in the year 2021, you probably won't be able to do that without some sort of bureaucratic paperwork, thanks to the ATF. Please don't shoot the narrator's dog.
Let's talk about the Speed Sten'd gun. And no, I'm not related to Travis Haley, though sometimes I wonder myself. So, why are we doing a video on the Sten'd gun? Well, World War II, like all of us, has a special place in our heart for a lot of reasons. One of the largest conflicts in human history, spanning the entire globe, a lot of things happen. And so, from the human element, a lot of things going on as well. Now, looking at one part of a huge story, the Sten'd gun. Sten'd Mark II, right? Now, every World War II video game you ever play is going to have a Sten'd gun. In Battlefield 5, for whatever reason, the Sten'd gun is like the best sub-gun for the medic class. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so why the Sten'd gun? Well, big lover of World War II, big lover of all things sci-fi. And before we dive into the video, I'm going to tell you a quick story. So, for this video, thanks to my Patreon supporters and people who buy shirts and stuff for me that helps fund the channel, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this, I was able to get 9mm. Now, when the 9mm first came, it literally got stolen from wherever it came from. I ordered from FedEx, so luckily though, FedEx kind of righted the wrong, and I got the ammo from Global Ordnance, and they sent me some new ammo, and it was all smoothed over. So thankfully, the ammo eventually did show up. It did just put a kink in the timeline. That was a big bummer, because that same week, my dad died. So that was literally like a swift kick to the nuts right after that family tragedy, and I was looking to maybe dedicate this video to my, well, not looking maybe, I was actually looking to dedicate this video to my dad, who was also a big lover of World War II and a big lover of sci-fi. So Dad, this one goes out to you, and hopefully you like it. So I know we usually keep things pretty lighthearted on the channel, but keeping it real, you know what I mean?
Righto, lads, gather around. Gather around here. Be good gents about it. Montgomery has asked for a crack team of commandos for a special operation to strike deep into the sub-Saharan deserts that are North Africa.
One thing we learned pretty quickly too, running the Sten'd gun, is it's going to be very mag dependent. So whatever mag you're using may make or break the gun. I think I've lost more 9mm out here from the mag issues than I have from shooting it. Oh, it's greasy. So we took the can off and it ran a lot better, used the mags that were working the best, and the little running gun had some fun, right? So essentially the gun's nothing too crazy. It's essentially, when you think about the gun, it's a tube that has a tube inside of the tube that has another tube inside of that tube. So it's like tubeception. A lot of tubes going on. The common thing that everyone says is that the Sten'd gun came around out of necessity during World War II after the British lost a lot of armaments during the retreat from Dunkirk, right? So that Sten'd gun coming into play, easy to produce, easy to make, and easy to get into the hands of a lot of troops, citizens, people looking at guarding positions. Is it the best subgun? No, I'm sure the Americans were siphoning them Thompson guns and they were going to use those over the Sten'd gun, I'm sure. I don't know the level of that amount, but I'm sure it's going to vary. There's much better. Keep it in mind. Take this all with a grain of salt. I love World War II, but I'm not a World War II expert. So before you rope me up and crucify me, take that into account. Or I'm this big chimp out here having fun at the flat range. So the fun thing, if you haven't noticed yet, the Sten'd has a Aimpoint T2 and a Surefire X300 on there. A little bit of fitting the theme of the Executive Outcomes channel. It has a little bit of the space gun vibes, taking older platforms and injecting a little bit of modern tenacity to them. So every weapon, I believe, if you're going to run it seriously, should have a white light. In this case, we have a Surefire X300 on here. You can easily access it pretty good. Does that make sense? Nope. Nope. Cool. You can access it fairly easily, holding onto the side like a lot of people imagine. And you just put your thumb up there. You can press it. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but it works pretty well. Aimpoint on here. You have no cheek weld. Well, I mean, if you really got down to the cheek on this gun, you can't see anyway. So you're already going to have your cheek off the gun. We just do it even more, so you're just resting. Probably would work pretty good with passive aiming for nods. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure my theory, my thesis, my inference, my hypothesis, one of those scientific words, it's probably going to work, right? The grip angle, of course, is a little weird for how close and how compact, not compact, but how the angle of the gun, because you have that old classic rifle grip as opposed to, say, a pistol grip would be more preferred. I have seen Sten'ds out there. Foster Sten'd, I saw he had back in the day, he had like a SIG folding brace on his, which is pretty cool. It's a good idea. See that this one has the vertical grip up front. It was coming a little loose while shooting. It's a little loose right now. Things to take into account. You know, this gun's old and the parts kits and everything. It's a fun gun, right? It's fun 9mm to shoot. Kind of shitty right now with the 9mm prices, so you're losing out on that. I mean, if we go back a few years ago and you had one of these and you had like, you know, thousands of rounds of toolless steel and you blast to go blow through. But right now it's kind of like, well, you're weighing your options. And I really wanted to make this video, so weighed the options, took the dive, got some 9mm, because we also have some more 9mm projects in the future. And, well, the Sten'd also fit in there rather nicely, so it's always fun to do the steel. Wait, the Sten'd. I got it. If you didn't know this, the mag well can fold to the side. You know, ideally is how the gun would be in a perfect world, because it kind of looks proper, but I guess we just don't live in that world. We don't get the rights. Anyway, all right. So building the gun, I'm a little worried to go over it too much in depth so I don't get zucked by YouTube. I've heard they've been zucking channels for talking about how to build guns. So I'm trying to like be careful. I don't want to get totally destroyed just yet. I feel like we got to get things going here. But building it's pretty simple. Tube, there's not a lot of parts. The parts list like in the 40s. And putting together, you'll have to do a lot of the machining yourself, cutting stuff out. Parts kits, if you go look online, Apex Gun Parts has them. You can essentially put it together. Indianapolis Ordnance is another company that's going to have the receiver. It's going to have the receiver and it's going to have the barrels. You can get 16-inch barrels if you want to have a stock on it and you want to SBR it. You can also go the pistol route. So they sell vertical grips. And what I would do personally, As I'm thinking about if I'm gonna do a Sten'd, it's gonna be do the pistol grip, and then weld the piece of 1913 rail back here, do some sort of SIG folding stock, or not stock, a SIG folding brace. Don't shoot my dog, ATF. And probably my route, my course of action, which I would do. Pretty fun gun, pretty simple. Just want to have a little fun time out here, shooting it and having a good time. LARPing on the flat range. Gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed getting buzzed by flies with me, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube jargon. It helps out the channel, I appreciate it. Also, thank you to TGC for shouting me out in that video they just did. I was apparently the gun tuber of the week. Very undeserved, there's much better guys than me, but thank you. That about sums it up. If you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Patreon's a big one. Also got shirt sales and merchandise, as dumb as that sounds, and the link to the Shopify account. So go ahead over there. Helps out the channel, helps me buy ammo so we can keep LARPing and doing stuff in the flat range in these trying times. If you don't have any money to spend, because I know it's been a tough year for people, by no means, no pressure. I know if you can, it does help. If you can't, then don't worry about it. I know things are tough and things are hard. So anything helps, is what I'm trying to say. Appreciate your beautiful faces, and as usual, see you next time. Bloody hell is this thing?